Good morning. Hi, I'm Phil McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine, and today I'm going to show you 173 acres in the town of Burlington. Stick around. We're going to look at some road frontage here. We've got a lot of paved road front, interior road. We've got a nice little creek that is part of the headwaters of the Penobscot River. We're going to look at that. We got some various age timber in here. We're also going to take a little tour of the little village of Burlington and show you all around the area, so stay tuned. I'm standing on the edge of Long Ridge Road now, where the interior gravel road of this property meets the Long Ridge Road. We've got about 4,200 feet of frontage along this paved road, and we've got about 2,500 feet of frontage or road that accesses the center of the land, and it's gated. So let's go for a walk on the interior today. It's early spring. We're not going to drive in there because there's still snow on the road in places. Let's go check out the interior of this lot. We're in about 300 feet off of the Long Ridge Road now, and this is a nice flat area that's cleaned out, all cleared trees. Starting to grow some small pine back here and from the cones that are falling off the big pine around us. This would be a nice building site. Off in the distance we got views of surrounding hills and mountains, and I can see a body of water down there, and I'm going to have to check the map because I'm not sure which one that is. It might be that might be Saponic Pond. So we're going to keep walking in here on this road. Let's go check out the rest of the lot. We've come along in towards the interior of the lot, and we're now standing in a grove of hemlock trees. The timber on this lot is various aged. It's some of it's pretty young. There was a harvest done on about 50 or 60 acres of it just a couple of years ago, a year ago, I think. Parts of this area here, the larger portion of the land, have been cut, but a lot of it's been many years. So we got a lot of early successional hardwood coming. There's white pine in here. We do have a lot of hardwood. We got maple, birches, beech, a little bit of everything on this property, and a lot of wildlife. We've been seeing deer tracks on the walk in here this morning. There's moose in this area, black bear. There's actually a stand right behind me here from our client's bait site for his black bear hunting. So a lot of opportunities to recreate on this property. Let's keep looking. Folks, I want to share a quick tip with you about looking at land or just walking in the woods in general. Just recently, my brother and one of our other agents in our office had been out looking at land and had a stick like this. Brother put one in his eye and it broke off in his eye. Ended up going to the eye doctor. He's lucky he didn't do any permanent damage. And my other agent had a similar problem. She had a little more serious issue, scratching the eyeball. So when you're out in the woods, wear some safety glasses. They have these. I like these because they're the yellow tinted. When you're in the dark canopy, you can still see good. It's nice and bright. And in the summer, if it's hot, if you like walking in the woods a lot, you can order screen glasses from a forestry supply company online, and that will help you protect your eyes. We only got 2 of them. Take care of them. Tip of the day. Getting towards the center of the lot here, folks, and saw this little borrow pit the owners used for a little material build road. The soil map on this property is, we'll show it here on the video, but NRCS soil mapping indicates that this lot is about 90% plaisted stony loams. And plaisted stony loams is this orangey colored material here. And you can see the stones anywhere from, pea size to, big as my chest, scattered throughout the lot. This soil is really good for growing a lot of different trees. It's well-drained soil for the most part. It does well with sugar maple does well in it, white pine, spruce fir, and your birches. So good quality soil. This land has got a lot of elevation change to it. So farming it in the level areas would be possible. Remove the trees and clear the stones. There's areas here of slopes that wouldn't be very good for farming, but certainly going to grow trees very well. So that's the soil report on that. Check it out. If you need more information, let us know. We'll send you the rest of the report in the property information packet. We've made it to near the center of the land now. We're in here about a half a mile off of Long Ridge Road. And we pick up this little intermittent stream here. There's actually a couple of streams that form out of springs off the side of the hill coming in, and they meander down through, and eventually they leave the property. They join together, leave the property, and they feed into Madagascar stream, which is about a mile away. This is a very small, but it's all spring fed. I have no idea if it runs year round. I suspect in a dry year it's probably going to dry up in August. This cold water feeding that stream, this is a good brook trout stream, and Madagascar stream is a good brook trout stream. It feeds into the Passadumkeag River, which eventually runs into the Penobscot River and out to sea. So this is the water feature on the property. It's extremely pretty in here with a lot of older growth timber lining the banks. Great place to find a deer sneaking up through during hunting season, or just a place to sit around and listen to that water running. We've made it down to the southern portion of this lot, and this is a hillside, kind of north-facing hillside. You're going to see a lot of hardwood here. There is some pine and some hemlock mixed in, but primarily it's maple and birch and beech. Behind me, you can see a nice view of the hillside. Just gorgeous views all over this property. When the leaves come on, be a little less of a view, but you could always do some clearing and open it up. But this side of the property, we've got a lot of middle-aged hardwood here with some young growth coming up underneath it. The old skid trails from logging are starting to fill in. Great place to do some hunting or just enjoy a walk on these, is using them as a hiking trail. I want to talk about the topography of this property, folks. You'll see the map we'll overlay here. There's quite a bit of elevation change. I think we're between 360 and 680 feet of elevation from the low point of the land down near the brook up to the top of the hill here in the southwest corner. So it's got a really nice roll to it. If you don't like flat land, or if you don't want to be a flatlander anymore, you should buy this property. Come on and take a look at it. Folks, the town of Burlington is a very small rural town. We're about 2 miles just north of the village of Burlington. We're going to take a look at that here in a minute too. Burlington is 11 miles kind of east of Lincoln, so that would be the nearest service town. Lincoln's got everything that you would need for living, grocery stores, hospital, health clinics, dentistry, you name it. Burlington's about 50 miles northeast of the city of Bangor and the airport, the international airport in Bangor. And we're about 284 miles from Boston. The town of Burlington's a very small town, like I said earlier. It's about 373 population, the 2020 census. The town doesn't have a very big government. The taxes here aren't bad. They're under $18 a thousand. Taxes on this property are $350 a year. There's not much for zoning. The only zoning they have in town is for shoreland, and this property, with the exception of the small creek, you can pretty much do whatever you want here. The taxes are cheap because it is in the tree growth tax program, and if you don't know what that is, folks, don't believe all the trolls you see on the internet saying how bad a program it is. It's an excellent way to save money on your property taxes if you have no interest in developing the land into tiny little lots. So if you want to see more on that, I did a video a while back, March of 2020, that kind of shows you the pros and cons. Let me know, and we'll put that here in the link in the video. property here in Burlington is off-grid. We do have a year-round maintained paved road here on Long Ridge Road. The power is about a quarter mile south of the lot. So you could bring it here. You could go off-grid with solar, maybe wind. There are some windmills not too far from here. But the elevated site might be all right, but again, I'd probably put my money into solar. Well, I want to wrap this up, folks. Thank you for coming along on this tour. Let's go over the details of this property one more time. We've got 173 plus or minus acres on this lot, most of which is timberland. The price on the property is $268,150. Taxes are running $350 a year. We got 4,200 feet of frontage on Long Ridge Road, 2,500 feet of frontage along an interior road that's gated. We've got over 2,000 feet of frontage on a small creek, some timber, lots of wildlife, only 11 miles to Lincoln, 50 miles to Bangor. Give me a call today at 800-286-6164. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Have a great day. And going through this thick stuff with branches everywhere. And my brother actually put one of these little sticks into his eye and broke it off inside of his eye. And he ended up having to go to the, all right, what's sneaking up behind me? It's just a squirrel. Cut.